Happy Thursday, everybody. Happy Thursday, everybody. Welcome to the Dollar Hour. I am Deonte Burden, aka Mr. Short Dollar himself. We got an awesome show planned for you guys tonight. Tonight we're discussing something that a lot of people, uh, I got inspired to talk about this show because we talk about it a lot, but I've seen a lot of videos on social media regarding this particular subject, and I have my actual opinion on it, and I want to share it with you guys. And tonight we're talking about should I buy a home in this economy? Again, should I buy a home in this economy? We're going to talk about the economic state, what's going on with the housing market, and I give my personal opinion, and I also will give you guys the opportunity to give yours. We got a call-in show going tonight, so listen, guys, if you do want to call in, the number is 678-740. What is it again, Lab?
9894.
I got it all, and I'm like, squeeze, got my old man eyes. Again, the call-in number is 678-740-9894. Again, I announced it several more times in the show, but you guys are welcome to call into the show tonight. But again, we're discussing should I buy a home in this economy. Again, this is the Dollar Hour. I am Deonte Burden, aka Mr. Short Dollar himself. On Mr. Short Dollar YouTube channel, we talk about personal finance, be it in entrepreneurship, investing. Right now, we're streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, and Twitter. So whatever platform you are watching us on, welcome, welcome, welcome. We're going to have a great show tonight. So please feel free to call in. And also, if you got any call in, if you got any comments or anything you just want to type in the chat, you can do that as well. One quick housekeeping thing: if you're calling in, if you're calling, you have nothing to do with what we're talking about regarding tonight's show. Please just hold up. Call at the we're wrapping everything up. I'll open the floor if you guys call. If you got any questions in regards to anything else, grants, business, anything like that, I'll open the floor for that. But right now, what we're doing the show, if it's not concerning buying a home in this economy, please hold up on it, okay? But yeah, welcome everybody. Again, the call-in number 678-740-9894. Again, 678-740-9894. You're welcome to call anytime. But again, guys, I want to talk about something that I've seen a lot of information on. Oh, real quick, 24,900 subscribers. Hey!
That's right.
Right there. So on the YouTube channel, Mr. Short Dollar. So if you're on any other platform, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok, whatever, go to Mr. Short Dollar on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel. We got over 400 videos. Mr. Short Dollar got 500 videos on the YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of great information. You guys take advantage of. So make sure you go to Mr. Short Dollar on YouTube, subscribe to the YouTube channel, so we get that 25,000 subscribers. Just want to get that real quick.
Okay.
But again, before I get started, damn, move too fast. I'll say what's up to my awesome producer, DJ Lab.
That's what's going on, brother. What's going on? It's okay. It's okay.
Oh, hype, man. Also, what's up to the other producer, Slick 316. What's up, Rick?
Right. What's up, Rick?
Hey, man. But yeah, man, I just want to discuss this because there's a lot going on. With the past year, you've had so much stuff dealing with the economy, recession, inflation, and things like that. So one of the things I was looking at, I was on Instagram,
Mm-hmm.
and I've seen several, even on TikTok, right? I've seen several videos in regards to it's Dave Ramsey.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And Dave Ramsey had the video, and you see it's mostly real estate agents and brokers and investors. They're saying, he's like, listen, if the economy, this is a good time to buy a house. If you buy a house now where the rates are up, don't trip. He said, don't not buy the house. Buy the house, and then when the rates go down, refinance. And that's why I want to have the show today, because I think he missed a very huge fundamental part about that whole equation. Because that was just like, no hell.
Right.
Like, it ain't that simple.
No, it ain't like that, right?
It ain't that simple.
Right.
The rates go down, then refinance. No hell. No hell, that you are not,
Right.
And I'm going to tell you why it's not going to be that simple. But definitely, guys, I really want we're going to have a live discussion tonight, so I really want you guys to make sure give your input, you got a question about anything, especially if you're looking to purchase a home around by this time, you're on the fence, and you're wondering about what to do. Give me a call. If you feel like you're a real estate guru, and you know every day I'm telling you stuff like that, you're on defense mode here or anything like that, feel free to call. But
right.
I'm going to give my spiel because I don't think this is the best time to purchase a home right now, and
Okay.
I'll tell you why, but we'll get to that. So when we start talking about should I purchase a home right now, we one of the first things we kind of look at the basic state of the economy.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the basic state of the economy. What's going on now? You got two key things that are going on coincidentally. that being inflation, and we're, in some shape, form, of being in a recession. Inflation is just hyper increase of prices. Everything high.
Right.
Cars, houses, food, loving, all kind of stuff. All deal.
Price has gone up.
Yeah, it's gone up. Damn, baby, you wanted $40 last week. Why you went up to $100? Everything that went up.
Right.
She's like, I got inflation. Okay,
Right.
Everybody hurting.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You can get a $5 lap dances.
Now they
10, 15. What happened?
Right.
So everybody got the inflation going, so that's inflation is pretty much just hyper increase of prices and stuff. So, and you've seen it a lot, like I said, with the grocery store, gas, nothing but gas prices pretty much they've always been. You've seen spikes here and there, but definitely most importantly in the real estate market. You've had a lot of people that actually have seen a lot of a huge increase, a gain in their balance sheet because of the prices going up. But again, this has been attributed to inflation. But the thing of it is, you've seen these housing prices skyrocket. The thing of it is, you say, well, like, I want this house, or I want to sell my house, and take advantage of what I have, And again, if you sold your house, what you were able to turn around and purchase it, you might end up buying damn less.
Right.
That's another show.
We talked about that a couple shows back, actually.
Absolutely. So, but that's just inflation, in a nutshell, just a hyper increase of prices. And we look at by definition, a recession is a decrease in the GDP, or which is the spending power of the economy over a 2-quarter period. That means your quarters, your 3 months out of the year, from January to March, April to June. Those are the different quarters. So it's a GDP, and your GDP, the gross domestic product. They're looking at just how much the economy is spending, how much things from an economic standpoint. If you have 2 consecutive periods of a slowdown, that's by definition you would look at it being a recession. So you're saying recessions you see people aren't spending as much, people aren't making as much, things like that, based on the economy. And what's been happening, you've had both going on in 2022. So with that said, you're looking at the state of the economy, you got every damn body speculating. You should do this, you should do that, buy this, get gold, get silver, and do Bitcoin, all kind of stuff, right? And we're in a state where everybody wants immediate results and don't want to put too much effort in. Where everyone wants to get the most without taking any kind of risk. And if you want to do that, you just need to go to Vegas. But
it's risky in Vegas, though.
But that's what I'm saying. But I'm saying, people, when you don't want to do anything, you just see, because you seen, I seen the video today. Hey man, you want to know how you can make $100,000 a month by selling online?
Yeah.
Hey, just just download my book and I'll show you how to do it.
You're right. I see that all the time.
For real?
Right.
Man, I ain't know how to ask some of these folks sleep at night. Some they be selling to people, man.
Or they say, get the book for free. Just go on my website, but then you got to be a member.
You get $1 million in my stipulations then. But that's one of the things, I just want to talk about. When you're looking at it, everybody wants to, get the next thing.
Quick fix.
Exactly. So you hear it because depending on where you're at in life, and this can be from a financial standpoint or a mental standpoint, man, I don't feel like where I should be. I feel like I should be more comfortable. I feel like I should have more money. I feel like I should be more successful, however you want to deem it and stuff. And so you're looking at fixes that can kind of get you in a different state, right? And so that's why sometimes people looking like, look, man, I'm seeing this stuff. I seen all this fix or flip real estate stuff, and now's the time. They seeing these houses and stuff like that. We've been working and stuff. I'm hearing this part, stay away from it. I'm hearing this part, going and buy it and stuff and everything, but I'm going to go on and make a move. And so people have been reluctant. I had talked to my agent about a month ago. Shout out to my man Tyrone Hines. Y'all look for a good real estate agent. Get my man Tyrone Hines up, man.
Okay.
But I talked to Ty about a couple months ago. Me and him just kicking different things. He was kicking his philosophies. I was kicking my philosophy. But I was just telling him, like, look, man, let's wait till the beginning of the year. We're doing a couple things because different markets and stuff. Because I was definitely looking at stuff outside of Metro Atlanta.
Okay.
Because everything in the city of Atlanta ain't high. It's high. Shit. It's high.
You got
know?
emphasis on high.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, you know, damn near like cocaine. You know what I'm saying? We just gonna use that analogy.
Right.
It ain't high, it's cocaine. So you know, but people just want to know.
Uh-huh.
And the issue comes up is a lot of times when people get advice, it's not that they talk to the most credible. They usually listen to the person and they tell them what they want to hear.
Okay.
And it sounds good.
Okay.
You feel me?
Right.
So
it sounds like they know what they say.
yeah, it sounds like they know what
they're
saying,
doing. Right.
You know?
Right.
And when I listen to the Dave Ramsey thing, and I've seen all these videos, a lot of videos from agents like using the Audible. I mean, I wish we could play it, but in the background, where he was just stating, "Hey man, go on and buy it. This is not the time, just go on and buy it. When rates go down, you can refinance." And I'll get to that in a second. But one thing I want people to think about, if accumulating wealth and getting things that are good for you that easy, I mean, people ain't stupid. Everybody have it.
We all figure that out.
Who the hell struggles for the hell of it?
Right. We all figure that out.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, damn, and that's one of the things I think a lot of times people need to just think about. What we got?
40 says that's why he tells people to research. Look it up, figure it out yourself.
And the funky part about even when we do our own research and look, sometimes that's where you got to just be honest with yourself. Like, look, it is probably factual. It's just really what I want to hear. Because I can ask 4 or 5 different people their opinion on something, and I can read certain things with opinion, what forum I pull it from, and everything like that. You gotta be real. You can't be looking for your financial information on World Star. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
So you see a lot of, because there are a lot of videos that you'll see like on Drink Champs. Yeah, man, I invest in this. This is what I buy, and they getting high as hell.
Right.
Like, man, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I get it. The brother owned this. I get it.
Right.
But you probably best wouldn't want to listen to him. That.
Not at that particular point in time.
That funny looking dude on CNN. You might want to listen to him a little bit more hard.
Right.
He don't look. You don't necessarily like how he look. You ain't comfortable. But he might be a little bit more knowledgeable on it.
Right.
Like, man, hitting that fat blunt. You know what I'm saying? But that's probably
particularly at that particular moment.
Exactly. But I understand the whole facet of that, or when people actually kind of gravitate to, just dealing with people they're more comfortable with and everything. And I understand, even with myself, just with being in business, even having the channels, we talked about it last week. A lot of people have what's called blind influence. And we talking about, again, should I buy a house this time? I had to be very conscious of when I put stuff out there, especially being a damn accountant. I got to make sure I put factual stuff and really state this is my damn opinion. And this is what I know, but it's my opinion. Doing it, and this is why I feel that way. But and again, people that I think that follow Dave Ramsey will listen to advice. They have that way.
He's been doing it for a long time.
He's been doing it for a long time. I think he's been giving financial advice for a long time. I don't know if he's been doing it.
Yeah, well, he's been giving financial advice, for a long time. He started out mixing financial advice with Christian values at one point, and that's how he got a lot of people to come over to his side. I don't know what he does now, but this was way back in 2004 and 5.
He still does that. I'm not talking about that financial advice. I'm talking about it's one thing me can tell you what to do. It's another thing if I got I got a boatload of damn houses.
Right. He actually doing it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I can sit down and be eating my tacos and stuff, telling you how to get a 6-pack. I ain't got a damn pack. I ain't even got a damn 2-pack. Telling people stuff. So I get it, but if you feel comfortable doing that, well, listen to them. I understand. Again, we're talking about tonight's show is we're talking about should I buy a home in this economy. You can feel free to call in. The call-in number is 678-740-9894. So then we get to this point. You said, well, look, why is what's that? Not the CNN,
more like the Bloomberg Index. Not CNN, Bloomberg Index.
Well, you know, I'm talking about just like to speak in general, but we're tracking. But the question you ask yourself, okay, so theoretically, why the rates high? Before we start getting into why the rates high, we understand that the Federal Reserve. I know you people have heard the Fed has raised the rate to this, the Fed has raised the rate to that. Federal Reserve, they pretty much, they're in charge of, regulating the economy and different regulatory agencies throughout the country. So theoretically, the Fed makes these particular adjustments. All right, we're looking at everything from a big economic level. Why do they raise rates? The reason why rates are raised because we understand that we're in a part of inflation.
Mm-hmm.
Inflation, we just said, is a hyper increase of assets.
Assets.
So you're looking at houses are so high, purchasing the product so high, all these different laws, everything's high. So what happened? The Fed will step in and they'll increase the rates. So we say if you have gotten a loan, you'll see prime plus or whatever. The prime number is the number that the Fed is giving out, and whatever a little bit marked up on top of it, right? So it may be 7%. So if the Fed rate is 7%, your mortgage rate may be 8.5%, 8%, 8.5%, maybe
So it'd be like prime plus 1.5.
There you go.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
So there you go. So those kind of things, that's what you use to regulate. So why is the rates being adjusted? The rates are being adjusted because theoretically, if it costs you more money
You gonna buy it
to buy something, you're gonna be reluctant to buy it. And so when people are reluctant to buy it, it's all about what we call supply and demand.
Mm-hmm.
If I have a big supply of something, and regardless of the size of the supply, rather, and I have a huge demand, I can charge more money because I got more people want something than I have to buy it, right?
Right.
But if I have a big supply of something and people are reluctant to buy because it costs them too much, rates have been increased, so less people want to buy, it's going to cause the supply to decrease or the demand decrease, right? So what happens is, if it costs $300,000 now, and even these many people want to buy it, it can uptick. I increase the rate, that drops that, and then theoretically, if less people want to buy it, the price gonna go down.
Because they trying to sell it.
Exactly.
Right.
Because nobody want to buy it at $300,000 because it costs too much. So now, if the market is gonna make that price drop down to $200,000, maybe $150,000. Just assume.
Right.
That's the reason why the Fed comes by to adjust stuff, because we have the inflation and stuff, and that adjusts everything. That can be home purchases, shipping costs, food prices, everything. Everything is a trickle down effect when they make those adjustments, and when they make those actual adjustments. That's when we looking from an economic standpoint. What's done today, you may not see the effects for 2, 3, 6 months, maybe a year later. It's a trickle down with doing it.
Right.
But that's why the Fed steps in to regulate that, and that's one of the things that people have to look at it. So and it's just used just to level off the economy. Just with people, as demand decreases because the price increase, that's when you see those adjustments come in. You about to say something like that?
No, I'm just reading.
I was what was that? Well, my eyes shot.
40 says they're regulating based on income or of the few and not the majority, I guess.
Yeah, but it's not when the rates come in. I don't even think income taken in the factor. It's just more so just
period.
It's period.
Whoever want to buy a house got to pay more for it, regardless.
There you go.
Right.
There you go. It's not the house. It's just houses, cars,
Correct.
everything.
Right.
So the cost to borrow is just higher. So if the cost is higher, people just gonna be reluctant to buy it. I ain't gonna buy no. What do you rather have? $1,100 house note or a $1,700 house note? And that's the thing when people are looking at it. So instead of doing that, I may, because it may be more beneficial and a shorter mortgage. Just when I say shorter mortgage, what I mean, same purchase amount, but it may be on the 10, 15, or 20-year term. You may pay more, but you'll have more savings or interest. But that's a whole different thing.
Right.
I'm not big on that because the back end on it that I can write off of my deductions.
Right.
Can do it, but we won't get too much in tax stuff.
Right.
But the thing theoretically is that when you see that the Feds bring these rates in, the price is going to drop. So if the price going to drop, why would you buy something now at $300,000 and the rate drops, and then you turn around and think you can refinance it at a lower rate? Nobody's going to give you a refinance at a lower rate because that's not the value of the house. Because if you bought it for $3 and then the rate go up and the value go down, everything else is selling around is $175. It's not, nobody gonna refinance
you
that.
Stuck at what you got.
You stuck at that. So you can't dare refinance it.
Right.
How the hell can you do it?
Right.
And that was the thing. It just seemed like you had so many people oblivious to that.
Right. I wanted to ask you, not even just the value, but him saying refinance later on. If your credit gonna be that good when the rate goes down, you may not be able to refinance at a lower rate because you have some other things happen and it may take 2 years for the rate to come down, and not them 2 years you didn't, you know what I'm saying, your credit score then went down.
Yeah, but your credit score can be down, your income can change, your personal situation can change, but just theoretically, just say everything the same. You still in the same position. How the hell, if that house you cannot refinance a house you purchased for $300,000 that's now valued at $150? How the hell you gonna do it?
Yeah, Chief Remo says there's no equity in it.
There's no equity in it.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. It's all you upside down. It's negative equity. So that's the thing about it. It's the same concept where you say, like somebody went upside down in their car. You know, the car come out, we know the value of a car goes down once you drive it off the lot.
Exactly.
But if you just say you had to roll another loan into it, or you just got it overpriced, I mean, you can see it. That's the whole point of having gap insurance to meet that gap between the actual loan balance and the actual value of the car. So again, if you purchase in a house now, that's the thing you got to look at it. I got this house for $300,000. Rates have went up. The price of the house has dropped. So all the houses in that subdivision, when I bought it, was $300,000. Rates done went up. Now they all valued at $200,000. Some upside down, $100,000. Right? We know it'll be a little fluctuation because again, I gotta make some payments and everything, and it may not go down $100,000. It may. We don't know. Depending on it, because at the end of the day, if the seller's got a big inventory, they cutting it off. They just try and get out of there, right? So how could you refinance? How could you refinance an asset at that's overpriced already? How could you do that?
Right.
Now, if anybody's losing me out and went too fast, please let me know. Please let me know.
Chief Ramo says that how about the price in houses are dropping, but interest rates are going up, so they make money on the back end because of how mortgages are paid interest first.
Well, the seller don't benefit from that. The seller, that's those two whole different entities. Okay. Because if you the builder, you built the house, you just selling it, and then whoever goes to the lender is gonna get that. It's two whole different entities. So if Lab is a builder, he done built a subdivision. If I'm using Chase, Bank of America, whatever, home mortgage and stuff like that, once the transaction of the sale went through, it's gone. It can be from Lab to Poochie. So at the end of the day, it's over. It stops then as far as the actual money you can make. So when you say that it's going to change hands regardless of who has it. So I don't know if it's a back end thing with doing it, because once it goes to the mortgage company, they're making their money there with doing it. And they're going to be they can be more profitable with doing it at a higher rate. But again, because the rate's going down, they ain't selling hardly anything. Right. So even though you're looking at everybody's business is shrinking, being the sellers, the brokers, the mortgage companies, because the rate's high. Yeah, they got an opportunity to make more money on the sale then, but if the actual people actually looking to do it, it's gonna shrink. Okay. Theoretically, when the prices go down, everything gonna level down from now. Let me see. I got a question here. Miss Arnell, theoretically, isn't the same issue if you buy now? I don't know in 2 years how credit would be. I know my grandma's. Oh no, don't worry about it. I'm following you. But here's the deal. And again, let me repeat this. Theoretically, make sure I didn't miss anything. I appreciate you tuning in. Isn't the same issue if you buy now to where I don't? Yeah, let me slow it down. Buy now to we don't know in 2 years how credit will be. If you're in a different credit situation, you can't purchase. I get that. But if we just go from the standpoint of everything still the same, you got a 700 score now, and in 2 years you got a 700 score. Everything's still the same. Just say everything's still the same. We saying you actually even make more money. But at the end of the day, if you bought a house for $300,000, and in 1 year, because rates went up, rates went up, nobody was buying houses around you. Prices went down. Now that house is valued at $200,000 because no one was buying it at $300,000 anymore. It's no way in the hell you can refinance that $300,000 mortgage on a house that's valued at $200,000.
Because they're gonna do the due diligence around the houses, and they're gonna go with what the market dictates the price of the house.
Exactly.
The market dictates the price of the house. There's no way around that. That's why they go within the radius and they do due diligence and say, hey, the house in your area is selling for, $175.
Mm-hmm.
Just because you bought your house at $350.
The only time you really see that happening is with cars.
Mm-hmm.
You can see a car dealership, they'll roll in, and again, we're talking about a whole, a lot different than price.
Right.
But you'll see that with cars, they'll roll in the negative equity from another car, roll that into a new loan, things like that. But with mortgages, they're not going to do that. That's the whole point of them having inspections and appraisals. We're doing that. Let's see. So I'm seeing this trend happening slowly but surely now. Absolutely, you're going to see it a lot. You're going to see a lot of people with a lot of negative equity in their properties that bought houses in 2022. I personally went through a refi.
Mm-hmm.
I did a cash out refi back in June or July. When I did that.
Mm-hmm.
But I had probably about $300,000 in equity, but I refinanced it just a little bit over, my balance, a little bit more,
right.
but nowhere near to the value what it was.
Mm-hmm.
For that same way I'm thinking now, because if I'd have went to the full value and got $300,000 in cash from the equity, or just say if I would have done that, and the market would turn upside down, man, I've been SOL, because I just refinanced this house at the current value of the home, and then once the market changes, look how much I've been upside down.
Right.
Look how much I've been upside down. And I think far too often people are pushing one thing because they got ulterior motives trying to sell something to you,
Mm-hmm.
as opposed to knowing what's up.
Yeah, Chief Ramos said that because they are raising interest rates on the back end to stop the mortgage crisis, they are going to allow people no money down financing, and then people are going to get caught in the trap again.
I don't know if they're gonna do that. They may do it. They may do it.
That's the 2008.
Yeah, that 2007. Yeah,
the interest only.
Yeah.
I don't know if but they have dropped a lot of those regulations on them banks. They could actually go back to that whole scenario again. It could happen again because the regulations from that crisis has been, rescinded by the courts and by legislation. So they had these things on the banks where they had to do certain what they called it crunch reports where show how much pressure the bank has. Well, they don't have to do those anymore.
Well, one of the things to take consideration, with 07, 08, and man, I went through the damn ringer.
Mm-hmm.
With that, banks weren't even dealing with you at all. One big thing plus, combined with the banks weren't doing that with y'all. I mean, I don't know how things are going to be, but you had it wasn't even massive. I mean, I don't even know the word. I mean, you had everybody in Mama laying everybody off.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so it wasn't like it was it was. I mean, and to the point you have some layoffs and stuff going now, but it was ugly
Mm-hmm.
back then. They probably will have some streamlined products where they actually can work with people, kind of like with the pandemic. Hey, they can make it do streamlined loans and doing things like that and stuff like that. Where they make adjustments, they may do that.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a big ass damn gamble.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to sit here and hope.
Chief Ramos said they already started.
They started with probably. Are you talking about when we started about the refinance or the layoffs?
Mm-hmm. I think he's saying about the no down payment loans for the houses financing.
With doing it, I did a video with VA. They were actually doing. Even with the no down payment, we're doing it. It still doesn't take away the issue if you're buying a product that's overvalued.
Okay.
That still doesn't change that.
Mm-hmm.
They may, in 07, 08, one of the biggest things we seen where NACA and all them came in and they were doing people streamlining loans, may take your 30-year to a 40-year loan and give you a lower rate doing that. But man, that's a big damn assumption. That's a big damn assumption. If you hope something like this stuff come back. That's a big assumption. We can speak all kind of theoretical. But we do know if it goes up, we do know you're going to have an upside down product.
Right.
You're going to have an upside down product.
Right.
We got right here. Okay, so to summarize, what's the best option in your opinion to buy or not to buy? I'm finna get to you. I got you covered. I got you covered. Well, I got you covered. Give me 1 second, and I'm gonna get to. We're gonna discuss a couple other things. I'm gonna give you exactly what I think you should do in regards to right now to help you out. I got you covered with that. But
I think it's Synosis. I'm sorry if I got your name wrong on YouTube. She said the rates are going up and they're not coming down no time soon. She doesn't think.
well, the thing of it is, we keep in mind what we discussed earlier. The whole point of the rates is to level off everything.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta keep, and even if they have to raise them again, it has to hit that point where okay, they have to see trends where the housing sales and stuff has stopped and declining. But if they still upticking and was doing it and it's over, they're gonna have to, hey, we might have to do this again. Or to keep it at that. Once they start seeing the downticks over a certain period or periods, that's when you'll see maybe the rates decline. Because that's the way they have to regulate the economy, right? That's how it's gonna do. Because until they do that, then we can you'll see decreased shipping costs. Now you'll be able to see cheaper prices on your groceries, things like that and stuff. But they have to get it where they can get people like, look, y'all got to stop spending money. Once you start spending money, with that, now we can start dropping the prices because what? We got an inventory.
No, okay.
We got an inventory sitting here, and nobody's going to buy it at $300,000. We need to start dropping these prices.
I guess that's how the best analogy of that is gas prices. When the inventory, that's why they cut the gas. They cut the production to raise the rate, to raise the prices. And when they have a surplus, the prices come down.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. And that's the whole thing about the whole the advent of the Fed. They want to actually be able to regulate the actual purchases of it and everything. So we win the state of inflation. Those those are the kind of things they want to put in place to actually curb everything, because people are sitting here like, man, we got all these houses here. We don't want to have a situation like 08 and 09 when everybody was foreclosed and they're losing their houses, and then the banks were just sitting here like, look, we in the business of giving out loans. We ain't in the business of being landlords and stuff. That's when you seen all these houses selling for crumbs and all that stuff and everything with doing that. But that's why I say that's a big gamble to hope probably something like that. Even then, if you went through that kind of stuff, you had so many months of not paying your mortgage and all kind of stuff. Do you really want, hope that something like that comes about?
That's how they got us. That's how they got us. We didn't put no money down, and then we had 4 months before we even had to pay a mortgage. So we was like, yeah, but when that principal kicked in, that's when the mortgages started. That's when the houses started getting repo, because now we went from paying $800 or $500 a month to paying $1,800 a month because the principal then kicked in. See, that was the problem. They didn't tell us that we were paying interest only. They told we were paying on the house. So us being excited to buy a new house, you get what I'm saying? We get excited to buy a new house. We don't read the fine print. We just signing our life away.
Right.
You know that what mortgage stands for, right?
Yeah.
It means till death. You know that, right?
Nah, I know that.
Yeah, mortgage means till death.
What, that Latin or something?
Yeah, mortgage is which means death. And then get the rest of it's to death. So actually, mortgage is when you sign your name on the dotted line of a mortgage, it is till death.
Till death.
Right.
Man, y'all sure I got a super educated producer here. But you know what? Like, see, that's the thing of it is that when people look at in regards to, I'm about to lose my damn train of thought for a second now. When people are looking at where the mortgage is being set in place, what would be my best option? What would be my best options? Because I just got the question. I forgot what I was about to damn say, but the question just arose, and I want to just be discussing in regards to what should I do then. Again, we're talking about should I buy a home in this economy? Well, look, Mr. Short Dollar, you telling me you wouldn't do it. You give me all these reasons, what's going on and stuff. What should I do? And I tell you, when a person asks, should I buy? I'm gonna give you one straight answer. It's not a yay and it's all based on the deal. It's always based on the deal, right? So right now, if you can get a house, which is going to be very, very well, you might get something in a damn war zone, drug haven, maybe in like maybe not a hot area. Let's say we're in Atlanta now. We can go somewhere in South Georgia, mid Georgia. You probably can get a premium, a discount rather, on some properties. If the math works and stuff like that, because you're getting it. Normal economy, that property may go for $50,000. Somebody's going through a divorce, they're sick, they're moving, they want to sell it for $35,000 because they just want to get the hell out of Dodge. Those situations. If the deal works.
Right.
If you're buying a property below market for what it's selling for now, that's the kind. But if you buying some at market right now, no,
Right.
don't do it. So you know that's why the question was asked. What makes sense? So it's mortgage a derivative of mortgage. Now I don't know. Lab just pulled that out of his dictionary. Now, so I don't know. It was a derivative of mortgage. I don't know now. I ain't got Webster's with me. I know what I know. But to answer your question about what should you buy, it's gonna be based on the deal. So if you can get a product or an asset now below market, you move on it. Move on it. But you want to make sure the math work with everything. Because again, we still going back. If we're looking at the rates going up, we know that's the whole point of rates going up. Rates, that's the point of the Fed. And I just think because a lot of times people don't understand it, that's why they doing those injections like they're making those changes like that to regulate the economy. That's the whole point of them being there. So if you know the actual they're to increase these rates to drop the prices, if you can get something below market, that's fine. You'll probably be fine if you can get it. Now we're talking about would you purchase something now, even if it's something new that they can actually you know you can get at a discount. I would say that's a decent idea to do that, right? But if it's at market, I wouldn't advise it. I wouldn't advise it.
Chief Remo said that he was going to buy a house last year in the Atlanta area, and they kept overbidding. It kept overbidding, so he decided to wait a little while longer. So,
man, I was on the dealer car auction yesterday. Me and PJ were looking at some cars, and I'm like, you know, why the hell I'm gonna pay that much for no damn Prius and Corollas?
Yeah,
I'm saying looking like, no, you know, where in the hell? But again, that's the state of things right now, because the math wasn't gonna work. You know, I'm looking at, I buy it for this on the dealer auction. I turn around, I got to sell it for, you know, I'm making a couple $100.
Right.
It ain't even worth it for me, you know.
Right.
It wasn't even that, to be honest with you. I'm taking a gamble to do that. So a lot of things even still are overpriced and overvalued. But you just got to be careful with that, because that's why, you know, I'm just saying, you know, use the tools that are out there. You can go on Zillow, you can look at different trends, you can look, just be able to see, you know, just what market prices are for certain things, what were there a couple of years ago. Talk to a couple of different agents. Sometimes people, again, I don't like to, you know, I'm self-employed and I understand everybody got to make money. Be careful who you're talking to, because people can have different angles. They actually sometimes want to give you advice because they're trying to sell you something. But if you can find somebody that can talk to you and they don't have any kind of a selling angle out of it, then you can sit here and listen with some things, because they can give you historic information. That's why I think the Redfins and the Zillows are good options if you want to try to do things yourself. But it's hard to replace experience. And somebody that been through certain things, they can tell you, hey man, there's the trends for this area. Hey, listen, they're actually going to be opening a shopping mall up. We may increase this. Or look, they might put this sewage plant or this nuclear reactor a couple miles away. Those kind of things, a seasoned good agent can give you the game on, because they're versed with the area and they can tell you them kind of things. And I think, like, if you know, when we start talking about why would you buy something now, it gotta be at a discount. It gotta be a full deal. So at the end of the day, when whatever correction that the market, what I mean by correction is the adjustment that the market have after, you know, those particular things that the stock market or the Fed rate, after whatever change that it has, whatever the residual, the effect afterwards, that we call that a correction. Whatever market correction comes out of it, it doesn't be that impactful, right? It doesn't be that impactful. So if you got it below market, that's a good thing with doing. You should be okay. You should be okay. But if you turn around getting things at market, I don't think it's the wisest thing to do. Me personally, I really don't think it's the wisest thing to do. I think you're putting yourself in a situation where you're more than likely going to be upside down with something. You know, and it may be a while before you'll actually be able to get out of there. What did it say? I received a letter from the dealership telling me to turn my 2017, and they would offer me up $2,100. If I don't say turn around any deals or just say anything is wrong, but the math just got to work. And a lot of times, I tell people listen to people. Because sometimes, you know, you can get a call from somebody like, man, I'm dealing with a telemarketer. Or even when you go to one place and you just folks, you know how it is.
Right.
You ain't used to dealing with salesmen and stuff like that. You like, man, what's your angle? I just want to do this. Sometimes they might have a deal.
Right.
I always remember, man, when I was when I first got out of college, and Liberty Mutual, and you know when I was interviewing with them, so they had me doing some cold calls, and I was actually offering people a good product, but people were so enamored with shit, man, it's like early 2000s, late 90s, whatever. But people be so enamored with folks calling them. This back when it went on spam call, spam likely. That wasn't scam likely. That wasn't on your damn phone back then. Potential scam.
Right.
No, so people just be so. No, I don't want to hear it now.
Right.
Get out my damn phone. But I actually was calling with a good deal. Right. But people may just be reluctant to deal with you if they don't have any straight relationship with you. That's why
people definitely don't like you calling them.
Oh, no.
A lot of people, if they not looking for it, they like, why you calling me? I haven't signed up for any of this. So they definitely don't like you calling them when they're not in the market for anything that you're selling.
No. Even if it could be benefiting them, because it's so many dirty people out here that do wrong. That's why I'm telling you, man, I stress relationships in business. Because if people know you square and people trust you and stuff like that, they go a long way. I was talking to a young person earlier about they want to get like a social media platform so they can sell this, that, and that. I told them, I said, man, it's gonna be hard, because you got to get some kind of what we call social proof. I mean, people got to know you just ain't you come off the rips selling. People just be like, man, I don't know who the hell you are.
Right.
But if you go off being genuine and giving and stuff and build a rapport, it'll be a lot easier. But why people don't want to do that? Because it's gonna take a while. You know what I'm saying?
It takes time.
Yeah.
It takes time to build I guess an audience, or build a good following, especially on social media now.
Absolutely.
Because, I mean, maybe back in the day when it first started, but if you try to build a business just from social media alone, that's a little different. That's a little difficult. Dana said there are no discounts in New York when it comes to housing.
Shit, I don't think a discount with nowhere.
Yeah.
Where to that point, that's where you got to start thinking outside the box. Like I stated earlier, I talked to my agent. We're looking at stuff. I'm looking at things in Macon, looking at things, Barnesville, things like that. And I'm pretty sure I could go a little bit further out in the state, but I think I'm gonna have a difficulty, not difficulty. I don't have an interest right now in dealing with, just say, property managers that far away from with doing it. But I'm being realistic with myself. Like, look, man, I ain't gonna find no deals. I think I can find some outside of Metro Atlanta, at least a good hour and a half, or that in that range outside of Metro Atlanta, I can find that, because outside Atlanta, you're in Georgia.
Right.
Georgia ain't that high.
Right.
Atlanta food.
Atlanta's the high part, right?
Man, that shit hot Atlanta for real.
Right.
So that was the thing about that. She from the Union City Fab, I'm like, yeah, but even that's still high.
Yeah, I think Union City Fab are up and coming, because people are moving. Well, you got the people moving into Atlanta, making the prices of the housing higher, and the people that lived in Atlanta are moving out to the outskirts, Douglasville, Fairburn, Union City.
But that's still high, because Union City Fab, that's still Fulton County.
Right.
I mean, it's still. I'm talking about just
out of the
good
county,
deal.
Out of the county, period.
Damn Metro Atlanta, period.
No Fulton County at the end.
Yeah, I'm talking about south of Henry.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? So just that's still Fulton.
Oh, okay.
And it's still, but that's the thing about it. You probably got to do a little thinking outside the box. And is it always gonna be that way? No. I just think that you got to be realistic about what you're trying to do. That's why, like I said, them shows, them fix and flip shows, they buy the house one day and then
sell it for $2 million next day.
Man, shit. Boy, I got some horror stories.
They selling dreams, ain't they?
Hey, I done lost that 20 grand. I'm telling you. Shit, I can tell you firsthand.
Right.
Man, I can't believe it, man. You said old girl worked in the office and all that shit. I done lost that money.
You done lost that money real quick.
Man, you talked to the wrong damn one. Oh man, I got old girl work down at the inspector office. Man, she good, we good.
Right.
Old girl somehow don't work there after we done bought this house.
Fired.
Man. So you done bought this house, the inspector come.
Right.
They gig something. They can't. They back the hell up.
Mhm.
They can't come out there for another 2 or 3 months. You still paying quadruple money on this damn hard money loan.
Mhm.
Boy, I can tell you how to make money. I damn sure can tell you how to lose it.
Remo said finesse.
Man. Oh, girl gone.
There
man.
she gone.
Oh, girl gone. I done fell for that. That's why I tell you, shit, I done made it and lost it. So,
Right.
you know, and I, once you learn from that, that's why I tell people, once you learn from those kind of things, you got to be smart enough to be realistic about how things go.
Mhm.
Because the worst part about having some success in life, and I mean, when I say just some, just say you're the casino, oh man, you done lost a couple on slot machine, you done messed around and made you, won about $100. Oh shit, wait, no, don't pull the lever, pull it slow. Now don't do it. Yeah.
That's the remedy to
That
win
shit,
tonight.
man,
So pull it hard.
No, don't do that.
This machine hot.
Oh, that damn way. There you go. No. They come back an hour later, your ass in there smoking cigarettes, drinking Sanka, stressed the hell out. Boy, you see, but hey, you walk to the casino 2 or 3 in the morning.
Right.
Boy, you see folks like that, they laugh, the walking damn dead. I love my damn mortgage.
I just seen it.
My wife gonna call me, hey, 3 in the morning at the casino,
Right.
boy. Because like the bad part about it is when we have success, we figure we got it, and
Right.
we think we smarter than what we are.
Uh-huh.
And I done had partners check me, and I've checked people too. Like, hey, bro, I get it. You done did it before, but that don't mean what it is. Sometimes you gotta go back to basics. Why people ain't been doing this? Why it ain't been working? I know you feel like you got your way. You know what I'm saying? I know my arrogant ass can do this sometimes. Well, Poochie can do this, that, and wait. No, it don't matter. Poochie, your ass gonna lose money too.
Mm-hmm.
And I need, you know what I say sometimes, you need people around you to tell you, like, look, man, Poochie, don't buy this damn house now. Loud, hold up, man, hold up. And this is why you should do it and stuff. And no matter how you feel about it, man, it's good, it's gonna work. That shit is not gonna damn work. Regardless, it ain't. It ain't. No matter how you feel about it, man. Listen, man, I'm telling you, dog. I got the plan. I got this, that, and that. All right.
Right.
Be holding your pants over your shoestrings 2 or 3 months from now.
Dana on YouTube says, can she buy a house under a non-profit because it's tax exempt?
Repeat that again.
Can she buy a house under a non-profit? I guess with the non-profit that she has, can she buy a house with that? Because it's tax exempt.
At the end of the day, it's still gonna come down to if the mortgage company, if you have the criteria to qualify for the mortgage.
Okay.
And that being the non-profit, that being the for-profit, that being the individual, every lender is gonna have different criteria, right? So at the end of the day, you know, you still gotta get approved for it. And most of the time, they still gonna need a personal guarantor that's gonna sign for it. That way, you have certain insurance things in place.
Right.
And you can buy stuff, but there's still parameters
Right.
that have to be met regardless, right? And that's a good question because you do have so many people push products where you can buy this through your business and get this, doing that. They're still gonna need personal guarantors. They're still gonna need certain information. Nobody gonna sell you shit if they don't feel like you can't pay the note.
Right.
Like, that doesn't make sense. And that's not what was said, but I'm just saying parameters still need to be met. You know what I'm saying?
Chief Ramos says debt to income ratio.
Debt to income ratio. Maybe sometimes they want collateral. Sometimes they want, you know, just to see, you know, all kind of things, right? All, you know, experience what you're doing. They want to look at market studies, balance sheets, all these income. I mean, not balance sheets, profit and loss, all this kind of stuff. It just depends on the lender, you know. And you can go down to Chase, Bank of America, whoever, Wells, and depending on that particular branch, they may put weight on different things. Some may put a little bit more weight, you know, on industry. Some may put a little bit more weight on collateral. That's why I'm so big, and I tell people, go talk to the people that's going to give you the money. You know, don't be so stuck on what Mr. Short Dollar said, because my thing is I'm going to give you the tools. Go down there from that point, then you go have the conversations, because you can go, like I said, you can go to 2 or 3 different places. They can do that, but a lot of times, I say again, if you got a relationship, you know Joe at the bank, this, that, and that. They may say, damn, Pooch, man, you know, normally do this, man, but I know, you know, you're pretty consistent with that. They may have a little leverage. Well, you're part of a stack of papers at their office. it's gonna be tough.
Mm.
It's gonna be real tough. So that's why I always say, just have those conversations. But still, going back to what we're talking about, the deal still need to be a good situation for you. What I will say, if you buy something again at market price, you probably have an overpriced asset. You probably have an overpriced asset, be upside down, and you got to just be realistic about if the rates go down. You're holding this overpriced product.
Mm-hmm.
You know that. How many people have bought? Again, it's a funky place to be. You done bought a used car, and then a year or two later, it start getting you problems.
Mm-hmm.
And then you go down to the dealership, get a new car. You're upside down, and you end up getting a car for a $10,000 car, and you done got it financed for damn near $30,000 because you had to roll in the other car.
Mm-hmm.
That shit happen all the time. And life can spin you in certain ways where you got to do that. It happens, but it's nothing uncommon.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's the difference with a car and home. Ain't gonna let you do that.
Right.
It's gonna be a lot more difficult to do that. Now again, is anything possible? Anything is possible.
Mm-hmm.
But I can just tell you, the average layman is not gonna see your average. When I say layman, I'm talking about the average mortgage company is not gonna let you roll in no damn negative equity or refinance. They ain't gonna do that.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't gonna do that.
Right.
Anything possible. But again, those are like Donald Trump connections. You can damn. Man, I'm telling you,
You
man.
just call the president of the bank.
Man, let me tell you something. I always push that book. If anybody reads that book, Donald Trump's Art of the Deal, man, he was damn bankrupting. He was the king of doing what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Buying overpriced assets. Damn, a week later filing bankruptcy, and he got everybody waiting. The lender, the seller, everybody meeting together, and he got a deal. That's how he wrote. That is a phenomenal book to read if you're in business. The Art of the Deal by Donald Trump. Because the stuff I'm saying, that's what he does.
Uh-huh.
And again, the whole book was set up on, when he bought Taj Mahal, I think Trump, Caesar's Palace, Trump Towers, same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Buying these overpriced assets, filing bankruptcy, doing that. How he had, this thing was just putting the pieces in place.
Mm-hmm.
And we say it's just Trump. I mean, there are people that do that. Again, now you got to be in a position to do that.
Chief Ramos said he paid all his properties off doing that.
Trump.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's the thing about it. Now, but keep in mind, like you talking about, people, regardless of how you feel about the man, you still talking about somebody that's, I believe, educated, very sharp guy, this, that, and that, and all that, and actually got a capacity to have, the team, those kind of teams in place to know how to devise. You got the top lawyers, the top lenders, everything top. That the average damn person is not gonna have access to.
Right.
To be able to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because you just, the president at the mortgage company, you just got to give him a box of cigars and offer him free membership at the country club.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cool, I'll do it.
Right.
Average person don't have that access. Man, I'm getting off the damn camera. The average person does not have that access.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to be realistic with yourself about when I'm getting this kind of stuff. You don't be no damn dummy like me. When my homeboy, an old girl at the Cal County, got him. He said the trick is to buy stuff that you cannot afford, and that's his motto. Or that Trump, yeah. Mm-hmm. But but the key is one thing was saying it, but he also had the formula to get it fixed. Mm-hmm. And there are a lot of people that have that. But again, we're talking about, like I said, we know our capacity.
Right.
All of us know what the hell we can and can't do, right? Mm-hmm. So we just gotta be smart about that. So, with that said, again, tonight show we're talking about should I buy a home, this economy. What can you do? What can you do? So look, man, what can you do? So a couple things you can do, guys. Number one, I think what we talked about, you can just gamble. You can do it and pray on it, sleep on it, think on it, dream on it, whatever the hell you want, and just think for the best. Mm-hmm. Just okay, cool. Poochie don't know what the hell he talking about. The guy there saying this, that, and that. I get it. You can gamble it up, do it, whatever, right?
The name of the book is The Art of the Deal by Donald Trump. Someone asked the name of the book.
The Art of the Deal by Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Awesome book. It's an easy read, I'm telling you. I read all Donald Trump books. I'm not a real personal Donald Trump fan, but I always say, man, it's something to learn from everybody. Mm-hmm. But that book right there, I'm telling you, if you in business, that book is I've learned a lot from that. I read that book over 20 years ago, man. Mm-hmm. And just it really helped me in regards to putting things in place before. I mean, before I even buy any property, I'm calling this person, that person, that person, that person, that person, and getting all kind of input from a mortgage broker, a real estate agent, insurance, all kind of stuff, everything. Like I'm calling, at least 5 to 6 people to get their opinion, get their input on before I do a deal. Now, I've always been that way, and that book was very, very impactful on me thinking that way with doing it. So I would advise anybody to read that book. My best friend, he always saying he didn't write the damn book. I don't give a damn who wrote it.
Right.
But
It's
you
still
need to read.
it's still informational, right?
Yeah, I know who the hell read it. So that was just one of the things I would advise people. That is a book. If they gamble when it falls, look through for pooch. Yeah, that's now if you gamble on it and it don't work, just make sure you just keep looking them up. Most short dollar videos.
Right.
Another thing, one thing take the gamble. Another thing, you can continue to look for other deals. Like I said, there are a lot of opportunities out there, but then sometimes you just got to think outside the box. You got to think outside the box and look. I understand the feeling of, man, that's what I want.
Right.
That's what I want. You went to the house and you just walked around. You're like, man, damn, this is it. You see your sofa, your TV.
You see where the bed gonna go.
Yeah. You see it. You go to the dealership, you ride in that car. Hey, press that button, it does this. You be like, whoa. But you ain't got no damn business in that thing. We all been there before.
But that's how we when we walk through, Fucci. When we walk through, that's it. And if this the house we walk through, we can already start decorating. I can paint this wall right here. That little earth tone cover.
It's a whole different.
It's hard to let go once you start decorating.
Well, it's a whole let go when you feel like when you realize you can have access to it. So it's one thing to say, okay, man, I can't afford it. I can't afford it. You fuck around and find out that you might can get it.
Right.
Some stuff. It's what I'm saying, because you can put a lot of blocks on yourself.
Right.
But somebody tell you got, oh man, we can get you in this.
Right.
Bro, but now we got programs. For real. You know what I'm saying? And you walking around.
Our income doesn't. Well, we already know our income doesn't support.
You walk around the house,
but we already thinking about how we can move stuff around. Ain't gonna do nothing.
I can paint a couple more houses. I can get my OnlyFans page. I can do that. You know what I'm saying? I can do the YouTube. I can Uber a little bit more and everything. You figure out. You walk around. Yeah, you walk around. How the hell you can do it? You're gonna stress and kill your damn self. And what's the worst part about it? When you do that, you buy that damn expensive ass house, you buy that expensive ass car. You work so damn much, you can't even damn enjoy it.
Right.
You can't even damn enjoy it. And you mess around and got this car you can't afford. You done tore it up Ubering it. You hauling all kind of stuff. You done dented that damn thing up for 6 months. You be like, man, that fool done got that Benz squeaking and cracking and stuff. Damn, you hauling paint supplies in your damn Mercedes.
Right.
That's the best stuff, ain't it?
Right.
And like I said, you look for deal. But and the third thing you can do when we talk about things you can do, you can just chill. You can just chill and say one thing about it. What I always tell people is like, once you come to something like a big windfall of money or things just change for you dramatically, stop for a second, sit on it, recalibrate, and then you can take the emotional aspect out of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you turn around and get you a big refund and you ain't had no plans for it. Sit on it for about a month. Sit on it for now. You can actually be strategic with it and not emotional. And everything like that. If I get a big refund checks, I'm going to start a business, get a food truck, I'm going back to college. I'm like, whoa, they ain't even left my office yet. Yeah.
That's $500.
Yeah. Shit, you finna do something with that damn $500, ain't you? Hey, man, I hear that every day.
That $500 go a long way.
Yeah. The hell you going to school at? You know what I'm saying? Going back in the 50s when they just carried the book with the strap.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. But sit down and get that emotional aspect of it. So those are 3 things you can do. Look, guys, I hope we had a great discussion in regards to that, but I did want to, again, have that conversation to be able to talk, base, pitter-pat over the flow. Absolutely. Be strategic and not emotional. That's one of the key things, again. And the best way to take the emotions out of things is to hit the brakes and just kind of let everything subside. I hope I gave you guys some great insight and where we had a great conversation tonight in regards to that. Or we got anything else before I open the floor up, anybody can call?
No, Chief Remo says that he tells people that stocks are a great time to learn, I guess.
But anytime you can learn anything about anything, investing in the stock market, real estate, futures, you actually start a business up. I did a whole show that time about tangible assets. When I told my man put me 20 years ago about getting collectibles and comic books and coins and all that kind of stuff, with doing it. There's always things to learn. The problem come up when people hear the word investing, they want quick returns, and that ain't how it always works. The man that made a purchase 10, 15, 20 years ago, that it just look like a super deal right now. They had to go through let time, make it that way. And when you want to do, people, we're in a microwave society. I give you $1, I want $5 back tomorrow. And that just ain't how things work. That's just how things work. And people don't want to put the patience component into it. Now the further you go out, I'm just talking about years and stuff like that, you can take a couple more risks. Because we talked about that before. When we're younger, we're looking at like, man, they're going to take too damn long. Then we get older, right? Say older, definitely north of 40, we feel like we ain't got enough time. But at the end of the day, once you start making them emotional moves that probably ain't going to be the smartest move, you still can make a messed up result.
Right.
So you just got to be realistic about the stuff. And the later you start, you just got to kind of be realistic about the actual, process you got to go about it. It don't mean you can't do it, and we got tons of videos how to, plan for retirement, at 30, 40, 50, 60 years old, because a lot of times, most people, I think, around that 40, if you, hardly anybody has been working a pension job, now you're looking at it like, man, I need to start getting ready for retirement, Social Security, I ain't really put that much in my 401k, but, you're looking, if you're 15 years out of retirement, how much damn money your ass going to put in? So now we got to start.
Your whole check.
Yeah, it doesn't mean you can't get prepared for retirement. You just got a different path or process you got to go about. And that path process may not be as attractive as you might have thought about. It ain't going to be nothing bad, but it's just a slower process for doing it. And that's the thing I think a lot of times people got to be aware of. Well, you're quite welcome. You're quite welcome, Miss Arnell. I appreciate you tuning in. Missy Arnell, okay? Right now, man, I want to open the floor up. So if anybody want to call in, or if you got any question, feel free, to put it in the chat where we talk about if you want a finance question, business question. Did anybody ask anything?
Slick said, "What do you think about Bitcoin?"
I think Bitcoin cool, but at the end of the day, you gotta be realistic. When you start looking at stocks and Bitcoins and anything like that, how involved you gonna be with it? So at the end of the day, when we start going to things that can be speculative, I don't think nothing wrong with investing in Bitcoin if you're going to put a smaller percentage of your portfolio in there, 10, 20%. Now, if you're going to be heavily invested, and I'm talking about time-wise, watching it, educated by it and stuff like that, cool, you might can put a little bit more. But it's the same thing with the stock market. Man, you start putting all this money in there, you're putting money into the stock market, and you at 20, 30 years old, you can kind of, take your chances. You 40, 50 years old, it's tough to do that because you don't have what we call investing world, your investment horizon. That's, your horizon is when you want to retire. That'd be 55, 60, 65. If you know you only 5, 10, 15 years out, you got to be realistic. Can you contribute enough into it over a certain period of time where it can grow to have that kind of impact? If you know you can't do that, you might want to get other things in place. So I'm always open to people doing different things, but I think you have to be realistic about where you at in life. The 20-year-old man, 30-year-old man, 40-year-old man, 50-year-old man might got to do different things depending on what the constraints is. I got a lot of discretionary income, you don't. I got time, you don't. All that kind of stuff got to be taken into place. I'm not really big on holistic advice. We're doing the thing. Everything got to be taken on the case by case. But I think the Bitcoin, you can actually do well. I got partners that did pretty. I did okay with it. But at the end of the day, like, I could have did a lot better. But or it was a time where a couple years ago when it dropped. I'm over there, man. Listen to that Johnny T.
My last dollar.
I'm talking about.
But you know that crypto. We'll talk about that another time. But you know that crypto market, one of those exchanges just crashed. You know that guy. He was the face of crypto, and he had billions of dollars. Now he just sold his company to somebody else. Well, he was going to, but they changed their mind because of the finances. But not all his people that was, going through his exchange, they broke now. I mean, literally, like they got to figure out where the money went.
Well, that's the thing about it. Again, you still looking at you gotta be realistic where you are again on that investment horizon. Are you gonna have all your stuff, your son is real speculative and volatile later in life? I mean, they just keeping it real.
Right.
When you sit there and say you 40, 50 years old, you might you looking. I'm putting more of this stuff in the bonds and safe things again because I'm almost at the thing now. I still can play around a little bit in the market, but again, what I did at 20 and 30, because the key component we started investment. You have rate and rate and with doing it. That being your interest you can accumulate, but when the key component is periods, the time. Things can increase over time with compound interest. If you don't have times and periods, it's not gonna happen.
Right.
You don't have it. You know what I'm saying? It just
don't go that way.
Yeah. No, the math don't work. So now you're gonna try to do something more riskier to get you a bigger return. No, like do you have that kind of money to lose? You got a little money you want to play with and stuff like that. I get it, but for the most part, man, you gotta be careful when you start playing certain games. Miss Yarnell said, last $2 for the bus fare and the other for the jukebox. For real. You can't do the jukebox. Then you got that singing outside of your damn self.
Loretta Banks said she made money from investing to lighten her tax load. Should she take a loss on some of her investments or hold?
I'm trying to take a loss on some of the investments or hold.
Yeah, like she invested to lighten her tax load.
And take a hit to do what now?
She just said take a loss on some of her investments or hold. I guess to pay the tax burden that's acquired when you take money out your investments, which is what they call that the capital gains tax.
It just depends, big picture wise. If you can call in 678-740-9894 because I don't want to say something and I don't know the whole story. Right. If that makes sense.
Chief Rainbow said you can make money off the market in more ways than just long term. And then he asked the question, "What is she holding?"
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm at probably need to have a conversation with that because you know me. I gotta ask several questions to kind of get an idea. Right.
And he said Bitcoin has dropped 4K in the last 2 weeks.
Well, that's the thing about it. And then hey, you could be next week, it then quadruples in value. Those young man chances.
Right. She said she at work, she can't call.
Understood. Okay. And I apologize. If you go to the YouTube channel, we have that's what I always direct people back to the YouTube channel. Mr. Short Dog, subscribe to the channel. I got all the contact info there. You can call the office. You can book an appointment. All the actual social media links and everything is on the YouTube channel or in the description section of the videos. So you definitely can reach out later. But I don't ever give out advice unless I know the whole story and everything.
Okay.
We're doing it. But I promise you I'll try my best to explain to you. Once I get everything in front of me. Anybody got any questions or anything like that? Nobody got any questions?
No more questions.
Okay, y'all know I'm Mr. Short Dollar. I ain't Mr. Cheap Dollar. So you're talking to me for free now. Like I said, if you got any questions, anything like that, the floor is open. We're here,
right?
To do that and stuff like that. So no questions, dumb questions. But I can tell you right now, all questions right now are free questions. So.
Later on?
Yeah, later on different. Tax season around the corner here. Like your boy Humpy getting ready. He hiring and training right now.
Right.
So,
right.
But swinging back to what we were talking about earlier, we had almost at 25,000 subscribers. Great monumental thing, man. I want to tell everybody from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate everybody with the support they've given us with it's nowhere in the hell I would have thought we'd be where we at. And I know it's a lot of people out there with hundreds of thousands and millions of subscribers and stuff like that. That's cool. Maybe one day we'll get to that and everything like that. But it's nowhere in the hell. Like I can say that with my brother DJ Lamp, there's nowhere in the hell we would have thought that.
20.
Couple, yeah.
We not gonna do a 25,000. Not no couple of years ago. When we were struggling to get one.
Shit, I was struggling with this. My damn ex-wife not taking 25,000 from me. Shit.
Right.
That's all 25 I was worried about.
Right.
Shit, let me leave me something. Can I keep my drawers?
Thank you, Chief Remo, for tuning in and asking the great questions. We appreciate all you guys who tuned in and asked questions, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
we appreciate you guys.
Well, this is just keep teaching. I don't think I know enough to ask anything. Oh, no, it's cool. Just keep tuning in and stuff. And if you guys, if it's your first time tuning in, remember I do live streams during the week, and it may be at varying times and stuff like that. But if the other YouTube channel changes lives, what we do here is we rotate every other Thursday. So the Dollar Hour, we have changed the live next week, and then we have the Dollar Hour back the week after that. But I put out at least 2 or 3 videos every week on both channels. So we got tons of information. Like I said, I know it's 400 videos on Changing Lives, and I think it's about 500 on Mr. Short Dollar. And everything's segregated. We got grants playlist, entrepreneur playlist, business playlist, personal finance playlist on the YouTube channel, so everything's segregated. So, take advantage. The information is free. I ain't selling you nothing with that. With that. So just take advantage. The only thing that you're spending is your time to learn something and stuff. But I definitely want to talk about that subject today because, again, we start getting people that actually, we start talking about just the housing market. We're asking, should I buy a house now? I don't think it's the most advantageous time to buy a house right now. Because, again, with the whole point of rates increasing is because the values are going to go down.
Okay.
Regardless of what sold or pitched to you, that's the only reason why the rates are going up.
Right. Okay.
To decrease prices. Prices, rates go up, bigger inventory, prices going to go down.
There you have it.
Period. Ain't the first time, ain't the last time, and that's why they do it. That's why they're in place to do that.
Thank you, Royalty Beautifully Events. We appreciate you. I don't see no more questions.
Oh, shout out to this, I don't know, stick. It's a stick I got when I was in Daytona the other week at Don Kiki, man. The past couple weeks, man, we had them sticks. They were damn drying up on my damn mouth like I had a Newport or something, man. It's been a good stick I had this show. So it's been pretty cool, man. So I want to tell everybody again from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate our love and support. If you haven't, go to Mr. Short Dollar on YouTube, subscribe to the channel. Guys, I'm a disabled vet, so I want to give a big shout out to all my vets out there.
That's right.
Y'all want to get that free Golden Corral.
Right.
The Krispy Kreme. Y'all know I'm going shopping at all the retail stores.
Get it.
With my VA card. Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yeah, that's my Black Friday. I'll be out there in the morning. So yeah, big shout out to all my vets, anybody that did any kind of service and everything. Enjoy your Veterans Day out there. Everybody, make sure you enjoy yourself. Be safe out there and stuff. We got the tropical storm, mate. Again, man, it's the easiest job in the damn world. The damn meteorologist.
Just point clear.
Yeah. See, this storm is gonna hit here now, so we don't know what the hell it's gonna hit.
Right.
It may just miss every damn thing. But regardless, just be safe out there.
Right.
Appreciate that with everything. Definitely, man. You guys listen. You have it. Please go to the YouTube channel, Mr. Short Dollar, and take advantage of the great information out there.
Dana, go to the YouTube channel and look up all his contact information, and he can, she wants to know if you can help her get grants for her nonprofit. So I just want you to, get his information. He'll call him. He'll work out something for you.
Yeah, in the description section of every video,
right,
the list on the YouTube channel is all our contact information. All our contact information is listed on there. So that's on there. Even with just being straight up with the grants, we don't do any grant writing or anything like that. We just promote. We see opportunities out there, and I got we're going to be introducing 2 grant opportunities over the next 2 weeks. Reads to apply for. And with that said, if anybody's a veteran out there, Chase Home Bank has a new program for veterans. People using the VA loan. Go to Mr. Short on YouTube. We released that video on yesterday. With that again, is explain the whole program that the VA loan has with Chase Bank. So go to the YouTube channel, check out that video. I got a link. And always, guys, when we have these videos of these grants or these different programs, the links to those programs is in the description section of the video. So please take advantage of all the great information we got out there, okay? So listen, guys, I want y'all to be safe. Love y'all. Great conversation tonight. Hope to help out a lot of people. And if you know anybody that may need it or don't need it, forward the videos to them and share with them as well. Take care. Love you guys and talk to you soon. Thank you.